This is my Banksia Ericafolia. I've been training this one since 1987, so that makes it 22 years old. Now there's a branch at the front which really is out of proportion, and I've been putting it off for about 10 years whether to cut it off or not. So I'll try and zoom in on that one gently. It's right in the centre, slightly to the right of the back branch, leaning forward, if you can notice that one. Now I actually went ahead and cut it off already, and then I suddenly realised that really I should put that on video. So I'll just zoom in gently. Now as I get closer, I'm going to get my son to come in. We've just got it wired up, so I'll get the son to come in and just take off that wire. So you can see the branch that I've actually taken off. Now it's a fairly substantial branch. And there you go. Oh my God, it looks naked at the front. But if we zoom into the main trunk, follow that main trunk line, you can see from the very base the width of it, and how as it goes up now it really reduces in diameter quite smoothly. So it's a very well balanced plant. Now although it's naked at the top area there, I'll just put that in the center of the screen. You probably can't see from this angle, but it's fairly naked at the front there. So, but I'll rewire and point some branches forward on that. Now while we're looking at this, one of the things that I absolutely love about this, and you can probably notice them already, is the cones. The Banksia candles, absolutely magnificent. Now it's actually in flower at the moment. Now I'll zoom around, it's off to the center. Hopefully the lighting will show off the color. There it is there, the candle. I mean, look at that, isn't that magnificent? Now I'll zoom out so you can see in a little bit proportion. Absolutely magnificent, I love it. Now when I get this plant into full health again, as you can see it's overgrown, it's in long overdue for a prune back. I'll put that back on video and you can see it in proportion. It will be magnificent. Back to the Banksia Ericafolia, I just wanted to point out, you can see the wound there, it's quite substantial. Now I've actually taken out 3 chunks of wood there to try and smooth that down, because the important thing is that the trunk cascade down in diameter, you know, slowly and smoothly. So now one of the things with wounds is that as they heal they callus over. So that, and if I just lower down, look at the trunk line, oops, you'll see that if I just let that heal over at that rate, I'll end up with a bulge. So I've got to cut that out. Now I'll just quickly grab out 2 chunks of wood. Now there's one chunk of wood that I've cut out. So I removed that branch, there's that and another one that's fallen on the ground somewhere. So I've taken a fair bit out. Now I just want to show you one that I'd done previously, like we're talking 20 years ago, down in there. Now if you look down in there, and I'll just put my finger there, so I cut that out. I routed that one out. Now originally that hole that I just had my finger in was where the main stem was, and what we're looking at to the left here, this section here, was actually a side branch about the size of a pencil. So basically what I did was removed the main stem from in there, then I turned this pencil thickness side branch into an upright branch. Now you can see how that's thickened up over the years, and it has become the main stem. That's how you get a plant like this in this form in that sort of time frame. Absolutely magnificent. And just a little aside, I've just had a parrot fly in. Beautiful. Anyway, I'll keep you up to speed and show you the wound as soon as I've cut that out and prepared it for a smooth callus over. I just wanted to quickly show you how I'll route that out. Now you can see the pliers, I've got them balanced there, but if I zoom in, hopefully it'll keep its clarity, you can see how bit by bit, because of the shape of those blades, that I will round that out. So when it calluses over, it'll be dead smooth rather than this big lump on a flat cut, if that makes sense. Now if we focus in on this area, you can see, hopefully the camera shows it up, that I've ground it out there, or worked it out with a hand tool. Now I've also, just in this area here, I'll just back off a little bit, I'll just point it by my finger, it's very hard operating the camera. This area here, I've tried to blend the two together so that that wound is nice and smooth. Now the part I'm really concerned about at this stage is the thickness of this layer here. Now if I drop down, hopefully I can do that smoothly so I don't shake you around, it's quite bulbous around this area here. It's probably better looking at it from above, sorry about the shaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out an edge of this, trim it back. You can see the cambium layer is quite thick on both sides, so by thinning that out, hopefully if I back off a little bit, the transition from the thickness of the stem to here will be a nice smooth transition. So I'll just trim that up now, and then basically it's ready for reshaping and also repotting. I'll just back off. Hopefully you can see that in that light. There we go. So it needs reshaping radically and also needs repotting. It needs to go up a size in pot, certainly for a native, because I really don't want to be repotting this very often at all.